What's going on, guys? We got some turmoil coming up into that, kind of Quasimodo style of mining. And thank God, I have 99 problems, but a biddy ain't one. Yo! Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on out there? What's up, what's up, what's up? How are all of you awesome hashers doing? We got Gallo coming in with the yo, what's going on, Mining Huddle? Yo, Crypto Nico coming in here with the FA. We got that Crypto Craig. Yo, Techman 7000 series is for rich people only. Kind of, sort of, not really. You're getting better. You're getting performance on it. Depends on how you want what you're looking for. But yeah, we'll dig into some of that stuff. Gallo converted my Nebra H&T miner into a streamer node S here. Oh, so not dead. Nice. Might buy a Z960 instead of 13th gen. That probably wouldn't be a bad buy. I mean, shit, dude, I'm still rocking out an Asus ROG X399E Threadripper motherboard, dude. It's like from fucking first gen Threadrippers, dude. I have absolutely no limitations on this board that I've been able to find. I'm gonna sit there and upgrade my CPU because that's where my limitation is. But I've already got that. I've got to do that sometime this week. We got some updates coming up, but without any further ado, guys, definitely, if you haven't done so already, smash that Lizardy like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, share this out on your favorite social media. That's, get the word out to everybody. Be the notification that YouTube won't, right? Isn't that what we should be saying? It's like if YouTube doesn't want to sit there and give the notification out, we have to be that notification now. So what is going on with all of you awesome hashers? Hope everybody's doing great here. So let's kind of dive right on in on all of this awesomeness that I've been taking a look at some. So we have the Kingpin Z790 motherboard coming out. I like the orientation and how everything looks on this thing. I like how they've got the rotated CPU socket. Just kind of pay attention to that aspect alone. If you guys ever grab a Kingpin motherboard, if you're trying to use this as a standard setup, non-water block, and you're putting an air cooler on there, remember that chipset's rotated sideways. And it just kind of helps with getting power management to the CPU core itself. And then with the board itself, it's got two PCIe lane by 16 lanes on there. If you only use one card, you get the full Monty of what that port does. If you put two cards in there, you get a by 8. So you go from 16 to a by 8. It splits it between the two slots. So kind of pay attention to that one too. But moving forward, if you're trying to do extreme overclocking and you are on newer gen hardware, it's not like you can SLI bridge these things anymore. So NVIDIA basically shot the competitive overclocking market out of the water with it anyway. So that's a mute point. But I do like the layout of the land with the Kingpin on here. You got the debugging LEDs on here. I like that. Power on and off, so you can have this in test bench mode and not even have to worry about anything with this card, with this motherboard at all. Very, very good grounding points on here. All the screw holes have adequate grounding through the PCB. And that's something that you also want to make sure. It helps with static discharging, because all ground, like, you should be kind of hooking up a wire from that if you are in a test bench that's plastic or a test bench that's not touching the power supply in any way, shape, or form, you might want to ground the motherboard to the power supply in test bench mode. I mean, I know a lot of people don't, but if you wanted to go that, if you were worried about static, like for me, I'm in a kind of a humid environment. I don't have to worry about so much of that static discharging with this. Now, if I was out in Arizona, Nevada, somewhere in the desert, somewhere where it's a drier climate, I might consider making sure I'm strapping grounds onto everything. It just makes everything not act wonky because you touched it just lightly. I mean, like whenever I had a lot of miners in the house, dead of winter, the wife could walk past my rig and she could touch my RX 580 Sapphire Blue Nitro. I mean, she would just touch the cooling heat pipe and you'd hear a little snap and the rig would shut down. Not like power off. It would just like hard crash the Hive OS software, and I'd have to turn it off and turn it back on because she zapped it. I'm like, stop walking past it. But this is these boards are really nice because of the fact that, and I know you might not be able to see it depending on your if you're on a mobile device. But right by all the power connections, the 24 pin, and then the CPU core volt power cables, there are switches on here that will allow you to get a debugging or get a probe sensor on here. There is a connection port and sensors built right into the board. For localized hotspots, voltages, all that good stuff. It's got a switch in here to go into standard mode, performance mode, and then everybody's favorite, LN2 mode, where you can do extreme overclocking with this. So this thing just gives you all the ability to just mess around with this. Now, what's also really nice by this too, right by the debugger LED right here, if you go right to the left of it, there's this little button right here. So if you're in BIOS and you're sitting there and you're playing with timings of your RAM and stuff like that, and hard crashes and it won't come back, well, guess what? We got a ClearMOS button. It's got a dedicated button. That's another feature that I like about Kingpin stuff, is that I just get all the ability to do everything I want, including frying the CPU out if I so chose. What's nice about this thing is it's going to have 21 VRMs for powering up the CPU itself. So this will give some amazing headroom for whatever CPU that gets plugged in here. And its little brother down here, which would be the Classified. And yes, they are bringing back the Classified. I was a fan of the Classified originally. It was basically the step down, direct step down from the Kingpin lineup. So you can get a lot of the functionality with the Kingpin lineup, but it is in more of a consumer grade platform, where you get dual channel RAM on it. You get a better layout of RAM, you get more of it. When you're doing extreme overclocking, even though this is dual channel RAM, you only need to populate one DIN in each zone. You don't need to put 4 sticks of RAM in there. You put 4 sticks of RAM in there, you actually lower your headroom. You can overclock your RAM if you're not populating everything. So if I wanted to really lean on my RAM that I have on my Threadripper board, I'd have to remove 4 sticks. I can have the quad channel RAM, but the second RAM that I put in there is what wipes out all my overclocking on my RAM. So my headroom on my CPU set is 2666, so whatever. But with this setup, I would be able to, put this to over 3,000 megatransfers per second versus mine, at 26,000 megatransfers per second. This will be in the same format of what we're typically used to seeing, which, you're going to be it will step it down when you populate it all, but it gives you usability to have, I know some people, like my little brother. My little brother's a good one for this one. 1,000 freaking tabs open. And he's wondering why he glitches every once in a while. I'm like, you got more tabs open than you have RAM. And it's kind of funny whenever he gets going like that. He doesn't save pages. He just leaves them open indefinitely until he gets back to it. It's like, oh. It's like, let's see what you guys are all up in here talking about. HNT is the only thing making money for me at the moment. Oh my God, not for long. So you're making 45 cents a day off your Bobcat. Too funny. Yo, Chomp Change, what's going on? He's like, hey, FHNT, just saying. You know it. I'm just kind of going over a little bit of new stuff real quick before I hop into the HNT stuff. So just kind of filling in some time here. And then with this platform, of course, with the new 7000 series CPUs, we have benchmarks under this is under dry ice, guys. If you guys haven't checked them out, DeBauer, he's a German YouTuber. He does an English side of it. He does German and English, and they are separated. But he's a big extreme overclocker. If your guys are unfamiliar, he does a lot of LN2. He set the world record with overclocking using liquid helium to bring the clocks down, and got one of the best freaking overclocks to date. No worries, brother. Just here to hit that like button, get you some views. I'll be listening, being Mr. Mom with the kids. Nice. Mikkel's doing the same thing. He feels you on that one. It's like, get off the dark web, chump. It's a bad place. Too funny, Crypto Crag. Yep. But this, he got, DeBauer got over 6 gigahertz on all 15 cores. And it's like on a 7950X. This is just with dry ice. Imagine what he can do with liquid nitrogen. I think that there's probably like a 20 to 30% more headroom if he was able to pull the temps down with liquid nitrogen on this board. And oh yeah, I love watching people doing the extreme overclocking. It teaches me a lot. I plan on grabbing one of these pots for my kingpins. Then with the liquid nitrogen pots, the LN2s, you can use dry ice in there, and then you can sit there and use dry ice with what I like. I prefer to use dry ice with rubbing alcohol for the median for exchanging the cold and the heat through the dry ice. But oh my god. So it's like eventually I'm going to get into doing some of this extreme overclocking for mining. Chump Change, if you're ever down, grab yourself an LN2 pot. You can use dry ice on it. They're like $300-400, but we can do some hash drags. Yo! Hashtag hash drags. So that I plan on doing that stuff coming here soon. I'm gonna get the one for the CPU. I mean, not the CPU, the GPUs first. I'm gonna go get the Kingpin one myself. And before they're no longer have any options for it. Alda Schroeder. I probably said that's German for dude. Nice. Not sure if I said that right though. I have a little bit of German in me, and I still speak like an American. Like, be sick. Oh yeah, I know, right? Chump Change. It would be absolutely sick, dude. I would love to get the whole, like, as many people in the YouTube community to do hashtags. It's like, close enough, sir. So what you're saying, Gallo, is I pass off for a tourist. Very nice, very nice. So it'll be very interesting to see he's like, indeed. All right, cool. But we're going back to this though. It's like I would love to get some of this to an LN2 pot for CPUs also, so that I can do some Monero hash drags. You know, we could sit there and just kind of set Monero as the test bench standard for CPU mining and for extreme mining. It's not practical, but it's fucking fun. I'm just saying. But just to hit back at it, you can see that Intel is starting to play a little catch up. They might be a little worried here, just a little bit. And this kind of goes to what TechMan was talking about. You know, it's like the 7000 series is for rich people. But he's not going to try to go after this 13th gen. And here is Intel's 13th gen 6 gigahertz out the box, guys. I'm not an Intel fan too much, but bro, that's actually pretty decent. You don't have to do any kind of massive overclocking, but I wonder how they got the, and granted, I understand Intel's been at this for a long time. They've been at it, they know a thing or two about a thing or two about a thing or two, right? Be interesting to see how this thing actually performs. I don't sit there and say, hey, go get the biggest frequency. There is a point where the CPU, you have a diminishing rate of return. So I don't know if this 13th gen Intel with 6 gigahertz out the box is going to do anything for you for any of your work. I mean, if you're doing like a render farm, yes. If you're doing, any kind of like work related stuff, you probably see some benefits. But if you're getting this thing to be like, I'm going to game on it, you're going to see probably little to no. I mean, it'd probably be a rounding error if you saw any kind of performance bump. Maybe if a game is real CPU dependent, but I've seen it where the higher frequency CPUs did worse than its cheaper little brother. So I would say that this 6 gigahertz out the box might be a little bit of gimmick on it. I'd have to see, but they're not talking about this coming up until next year. And good God, we are right around the corner to be talking about next year already. Good God, where did the time go? Where did it go? He's like, yep, CPU scale bad after max IO. They started spiking power unless you freeze them. Yeah, exactly. I don't see any real rate of return that would warrant, to be for extreme overclockers. This is what they've been waiting for, right? For people who are trying to put together workstations, this is probably going to be really good for them. They're doing CAD design on it. They're doing any kind of rendering. It just makes the CPU be a little bit snappier. But that's again if the programs you're utilizing can even benefit from something like that. I have seen it be a it's like it's very small little use case whenever you see these bigger frequencies. I usually tell people, if you're on the Intel side and what you got is already working, there's no point on getting to upgrading unless there's something that you have that you feel that this could benefit from. And then I still probably wouldn't even go after these ones. I'd be going after ones that are just a little under. When these things launch, then you get the last generation before it, right? Everything in that price range will come down. And I think if you're on old enough CPU that you need an upgrade, just doing that alone, you'll see a performance bump. And you would not be unhappy. But this is just going to be a sped up Raptor Lake edition. So take that for what it is. It's like you torture the new, and I try to get the intel to see who tortures best. Yeah, I'll torture test AMD. You do intel. Exactly, my man. Exactly. And then I mean, it's like I'm a hardware guy. You guys remember that. So we got the ASUS coming out with their boards for the 13th gen core CPU, 20 plus 1x2 phases for the power and VRM design, which will allow these bad boys to overclock. So I think that, you know, these are going to be into the enthusiast lineup with their 20 phase VRM setup on there. Not quite like the Kingpin edition where they've got the 21 VRM 1x2, but this is gonna be like nipping right on its tail. You put the right CPU in there, and you'll be able to overclock the snot out of this. But you're gonna start seeing whenever with these newer CPUs that you're gonna see them with more VRM phases because of the fact that they're trying to stabilize the power going to the core as best that they can. The better, smoother power delivery to the core, better overclocking, because you might not even, you know, it's like you couldn't even test it. You're talking like these small little electrical ripples that are almost undetectable, but to the hardware itself, it just kind of sees it just kind of bouncing around on it. So the smoother power delivery you can get to the CPU, the better performance you get, the better stability you get off of it, all that good stuff. I like the idea that they are coming around with these things and really getting the coolers going on them pretty decent. They got a nice cooler stack. I like that. They got a nice little cooler stack that'll go for the M.2 for the top thing. But remember, if you're sitting there and you're putting the M.2 here, I think there's an M.2 underneath here. This would probably be where I would want to put it. I wouldn't want to put it here because it competes with data lanes going to the PCIe for the GPU. So just kind of keep that in mind. You don't want to split data lanes between PCIe. I'd rather kick it onto the bottom or just use an SSD at that point. You know, something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's like it's got the debugging on there. I like that. Every board, in my opinion, should be coming out with that. And if I'm debugging, I should have an on-off button that I can use as a reset. Also, we got a clear CMOS button down here. So I mean, it's pretty much checks all the bells and whistles that you're going to need on these boards. So I mean, again, you know, Gigabyte, there's really nothing. I've used Gigabyte for a long time, but they haven't been my go-to for a little while. They've been a little lackluster. But the Z790 master board, it's kind of interesting with the way that they're doing the power delivery on it now. Now they get my attention, because before I was always with the Gigabyte boards, I've always just hit that power headroom. It's like boom. And why I've gone with ASUS ROG Strix, even though the ROG Strix still I hit that power head, that power cap on the board itself. I can go a little further with my ASUS boards for a budget-friendly price without going into the enthusiast overclocker boards, right? So, hey, what's up, Gundy Stuff and Things? What's up? So, that'll be pretty interesting. And then one last thing is the Intel ZSS has been released, guys. It is now available in the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It has been published on GitHub, so that's something to make notation for. Intel is making their stuff open sourced. This is an amazing move. This surprising news comes on the same day Intel announced the launch date for its Arc A770 GPU. The ZESS actually became available before Intel even ships its high-end desktop GPU. So this is going to be an update for them to fix the depreciated online. It's to add graphic support for the DX12 compatible systems. Blah, blah. And it also fixes an online authentication method. So this should be a decent little patch for anybody utilizing Intel or thinking about swapping over onto Team Blue. I know it's kind of weird to sit there and be like Team Blue. But I'm not thinking that we're going to see these huge performances. I'm going to be happy for Intel if they can sit there and get all the backwards compatibility going on with their GPUs to support older game titles. It shouldn't be that hard for them to do that. It should be just, a set of drivers that they've got to go through. But for any of the DX12 compatible systems, they're adding the graphic support for this on there. It'll help with scaling. It'll help with workload rendering. I'm thinking that it's going to be something really close to how AMD was setting up some of their memory allocation, blended in with how NVIDIA does some of their core intensive blending with the memory. Not that they're treating it like it's like I think that they're bringing in the best of both worlds. You have an old Intel guy, NVIDIA guy working over at Intel, helping them push these cards' performances. He's an extreme overclocker, old school guy. So this will be pretty nice to see that they are making some good headway on there. I would expect that once they get the drivers for the Intel GPUs more to where they want it, I think even your lower end, like my A380, I think I'll get a little bit better gaming performance off of it. It's like the drivers just seem like they're a little lackluster, but again, I'm not dogging on them. But it's nice to see that they are still plugging along on this, and that they are going to have a way to be able to compete with the Titans that are out there. And even if it's just in 1080p performance, I mean, you got to nail that first, and you have to do it really well before you think you're going to play with the Titans. I'm rooting for Intel on this one because they're the underdogs in the industry for GPU market, right? So I kind of always root for the underdog. They've got enough capital behind them to be able to not make money on this and just get the product right. They could probably go a few years without making any profit off of the GPUs. Now, are they going to want to go that long with no profits? Oh, hell no. But it's just that they have the ability to allocate funds for research and development. And the way I look at it is they can only get better from here, right? It's like, hells yeah, Gundy, open source for the win. All right, so let's get into this dumpster fire of helium. So, new investigations accusing helium insiders of amassing riches at the community's expenses. So, basically, what was going on here, guys, is we have the founders and insiders of the not decentralized blockchain-powered platform of the IoT Helium Network. Has been accused of profiting from project at the expense of the masses who invested into the platform. So all of you people that outright bought helium miners, they were basically just making money off of you. And it wasn't like a fair, I'm going to make money off of you. The insiders included employees, their families, friends and executives have been linked to 30 wallets that have minted at least 3.5 million of HNT's token in the first 3 months of the platform's launch in 2019, according to the investigation by Forbes published on the 23rd. It's like, Gundy's like, nah, I bought a few and sold them. You did. You sold them when they were good, man. The report, whose findings were partly retrieved from on-chain data, it's like these people need to realize that if you're going to do something stupid, make your shit a private blockchain. Shows that the insider accounts compromised almost half of all the HNT cryptocurrency in circulation at the time, notably within 6 months of the launch. This is beyond a pre-mine. This is an unfair launch with the devs and everybody that the devs know. This is basically a pump and dump. Basically, they pumped it up to the people, and then they just basically dumped and robbed them all. Because if you think about it, who do you think that is going to get all these HNT miners first? It's not us as the users. It's going to be them. And as they make money, they're buying more and more and more, and you guys have been watching more and more and more and more of your returns going down. Not only that, they're now looking at fucking dumping all the HNT miners for the Solana network. So they've got a Helium, what is it? HIP, yeah, HIP. So in Helium improvement proposal. About going over to Solana and ditching mining altogether. And that would be the ultimate FU to all of you guys that are still hanging on to your Helium and your Helium miners. It's like, under the Helium plans, the investors were required to spend $500 on devices resembling just a Wi-Fi router that would mine HNT in a passive income scheme. Those investors were promised that once the project surged, the network gains would be shared by all. The company reportedly recorded a surge in investors and attractions to the Element that like profile of its backers, who included Anderson Horowitz and Tiger Global. For instance, one of the investors was. This is funny because Andreessen Horowitz is also one of the guys that was promoting Luna. And he got a Luna tattoo on his arm for it, too. We know how Luna went. Yo! It's like people wonder why I talk so bad about these cryptocurrencies. They're poop coins. They're no good centralized garbage. And I would say that's 99.99999% of all of them. It's like, yes, you'll have a cool little project here and there, but it doesn't mean that it's a moneymaker, right? It just makes it a cool little project. It's like, to me, like Flux. It's like, I like the Flux wallet. Does Flux themselves really need a token? To me, the only thing that is necessary for the token for it to be is so that miners would mine their chain that would allow for the wallet to do all the functionality within inside of the wallet. So now you're encouraging a decentralized consensus layer. But that's the only part that I believe that Flux is decentralized in nature, is just in how the mining aspect works. Proof of work is inherently, it's usually very decentralized, except for, in Helium, where it's very centralized on the mining, and the Helium, between the Helium friends and family and employees, they can mine 3-to-1 on you. So yes, Mikkel, I do know that Flux and Zelcore are not the same thing. but it's the Zelcore wallet. It's just, it allows people to, with the mining aspect, that it helps the network, do its thing. So I mean, I it's like it's hard to get into into a conversation where I really don't want to offend anybody or anything like that. I don't want to come across like I'm just an asshole about it either. But I mean, it's like I don't really see too much use cases in all other altcoins. But there are certain things in each ecosystem that I could particularly like. Doesn't mean that they need a token of any sort to make the protocol run. Some of the stuff they could just set it up, on localized servers and stuff like that. So because you're not talking about a really heavy how can I put it, like a heavy workload for equipment side of it. So I mean, like, I like the idea that you can have people that aren't mining on with Flux, and you have people that so they're trying to decentralize the nodes a little bit by allowing everybody else to run nodes along with them. But the one thing I don't like is the paywall behind it. So there's pros and cons behind every approach. It's just a matter of which one you're willing to tolerate more of. Yo, what up, Red Panda? It's like, it's like, Gallo, you can be honest, no snowflakes around here. Oh no, you lost your phone for 10 minutes. Yo, that's no good. So many people, man, they like lose their phone, and you feel lost. You're like, can't function. I don't have my phone. It's like, phone. Where is it? I need the phone. It's like scary moments there, Chump Change. Scary moments. Oh yeah. Says the F word and then says poop coin. LOL. Chump Change. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to cut down on the vulgar language all the time. I'm trying to walk away from that one. It's years of being a mechanic. Okay, you are in a garage, right? You might as well just call it Busted Knuckles Garage. Wrenches flying, and you say everything under the sun that expresses the pain you have when the wrench you're holding slips off the bolt you're trying to undo, and you punch the motor. You're like, ah! F language and everyone's feelings. Yes, John Germain. That's what's really bad is HNT is really kind of turning into a kind of sort of a rug pull on everybody. Transmission drops on your chest. Oh yeah. Or you got the transmission supported by a jack on the ground, right? And you put your hand up in there to grab your wrench, your long extension to get the top bolt off the bell housing. And as you move the wrench away, it pulls the bolt out, the transmission slides back a little bit, and it rotates and smashes your hand in the tunnel. I may or may not be speaking of experience. You have a lot of choice words that go through your head and through your mouth with no filter. And on top of that, I used to be a truck driver, so it's like I've got the best of both worlds to sit there and like talk like a sailor kind of deal, you know? It's like it's reassembling U-joints always got me. Yeah. Good Chump Change. Been there. Right. It's like mechanics know all French. Oh yeah. Mechanics can say French perfectly. Right. I try to do that. And then there's times where nothing wants to come back out of there, and I'm like, I've got to get the bolts out, and then I've got to get everything, and then you get the bolt out, and the whole transmission slides off the dowel pin, the alignment pins that are on the engine block, and you're like, wow, I just crushed my hand. That sucked. Or you're taking it down and it crushes your hand. It's like, oh, I don't know how many times I've obliterated. I've broken my fingers with taking engines in and out, because when you're at the drag strip, you get 1 hour. So you're doing what you would take your time with in like 5-10 minutes. It's like, oh yeah, busted knuckles are gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, going back to, like, it's like helium is just kind of, I'm kind of glad I didn't get really into it. And the helium miner I was using here at my house was Mikkel's helium miner. And those ones were free, right? So, I mean, I would be wondering what's going to happen with helium now moving forward, considering that now this basically makes them fail the Howey test. They are now a security issue, which means that not too many places in the United States are going to be able to offer them anywhere. So I wonder if the SEC is gonna come down on them for what they're doing, because this is like anti-investor practices, anti-consumer practices with what they're doing. It's like, amidst all that controversy, Helium is already planning to roll out another project leveraging the 5G network with collaboration with Dish and T-Mobile, where Helium will be paying for access to its network. So basically, and then it makes me wonder where else they're doing this from. That's not being reported, and it's the reason why the devs have been able to rack in so much money. Because if they've got a little deal with Dish and T-Mobile, right, and you opt into it, where does the benefit hit you? Because I can see where the benefits hitting Dish and T-Mobile. The user on the other end would never know it was on there. So how much is this gonna, if they opt into having a helium miner Dish, is it gonna make their bill any less? Are they gonna start earning crypto from this? I would be really interested in how Dish Network and T-Mobile are gonna decide to roll this out, especially when they now have this controversy of an unfair launch. And this is like one of those things that that has to check my box off, is that it has to be a fair launch for me to even remotely look at it. And over time of watching Helium Network kind of progress, I watched all the early people getting in, and they were like, all right, we're making good money. And then, boom, they're all complaining. They stopped making good money because the price of helium dropped. And then, now we're seeing this, that it looked like the people that the network had to trust were the ones that were fucking them. It's like, that's just my viewpoint on it. I mean, you can take it for what it is. Oh my God! Next, Tesla will install HNT miners. Will it unlock your if you put an HNT miner in, if Tesla puts HNT miners into the Teslas, does it make the rear heaters free, or will they still upcharge you on it even though the heater's still in the seat? They did nothing different, just that you didn't pay for it, so they turned it off. Yep. So, it would be funny to sit there and see Teslas with installed HNT miners. God knows, where else the devs from HNT have been putting in their their Wi-Fi application. It's like I just see so many things of I've seen so many different devices that have supposedly have come out, but nobody was able to get their hands on it. And you see that the core team of Helium was just blasting out a bunch of helium. It's like, and one of the devices was linked to the Helium CEO Amir Halim in California. The device had said to have mined 250,000 HNT in the first 3 months of inception. The wallet earned almost 500,000 HNT rewards, worth 25 million at HNT's peak. It's like, yeah, this is where I start becoming really critical on things, and I'm kind of glad I did not get involved with any of this. Oh yeah, oh, how nice of them, right, Mikkel? How nice of them. I'm starting a new trend. Make fun of people who drive Teslas. I thought that South Park already did that. They would fart into a wine glass and sniff it. Because they were so smug. Oh yeah, great government surveillance vehicles. Bro, man. It's like, here it is. You're mining helium on there. And it's like, it's mining helium, it's mining Monero. You have to pay for every aspect in your car. You get no benefits of anything in your car mining, right? And then you're on your way to work, and it's like, dunk dunk. Sorry, we're bringing you to the nearest police station. You have gone over your allotment of power this month. And it just brings you to jail. I think that's why they want to sit there and have everybody driving Teslas. Is because then they can just tell Tesla, hey, we need this person, next time he's driving, can you just bring him to the police station for us? Just saying. I mean, just imagine watching, instead of an FBI raid or a police raid of any sort in the United States, they just wait until you get back into your car and drive somewhere, and it's just like dunk dunk and drives you to the police station. Dude, that would be insane. Yeah, Tesla bounty hunting map. Oh my god, yeah. Oh yeah. Why else would they have a camera facing the driver? Oh yeah, and if Tesla says no, there's all of a sudden no more power for Teslas to be charged anymore. Oh my god, so true. So flippin' true. Oh my god. Oh yeah. So, do you guys got any other comments or questions? We're coming up onto that 1 hour mark. That 1 hour marker, guys. Don't worry, ETH proof of work is not really profitable anymore. I was telling everybody, I'm like, you're gonna see something be profitable. It's gonna be profitable for 0.2 of a second, and it'll be gone. It isn't possible for everyone to have an electric car. Think about that. Yep, 100%. There's not enough lithium in the world to power everybody to having a car. The only way that electric vehicles works is if they outlaw the individual person from having a vehicle. And you would have to rely on the government for transportation everywhere. Talk about top-down control. Elon has been on the record stating he can shut down an entire countries of Tesla at a push of a button. I wouldn't say it was. I think he was making a generalization. I remember watching that one when he said that. I think it's a little bit of a generalization, but nonetheless, the idea of what he was doing, or what the point he was making, was that he can at any point in time say, "This car off," and they're off. And he can, because he knows all the vehicles in a particular region, he could probably sit there and grab all the IP addresses of all the cars in that area and then push out a group thing to just shut them down. So I'm sure there's a point where, yes, he probably could just turn off a country's worth of electric cars. That's a scary thought. I'm just saying. Really scary thought. Let alone, I mean, there's places in the world that cannot even handle charging and all the electric cars, like California. Oh yeah. Oh, those were the days, John. Those were the days where you can sit there and take a starter solenoid and just take a screwdriver and tap it. If your key didn't work anymore, you can sit there and just bypass it, get some power, start it up. Start your vehicle up even if the key side doesn't want to work. You know, I was just thinking, if the CEO of Helium is in California, will he get in any trouble if he is also a registered Democrat? I'm just gonna throw that out there. Ah ha ha. Does anybody remember what a ballast resistor is used for? Hold on, let me go get my my fluorescent lamp. Or my fluorescent, my old school black light bulb, because it's an old school fluorescent black light. And it's like, does anybody know what it means if you see your fluorescent bulb flickering? Sodium haloid bulbs. Yep. I used to sit there and make open signs back in the day. The neon open signs. Sitting there playing with neon gas and stuff. Woo, that was always fun. You could sit there and trigger a neon sign with a fucking a 9-volt battery. Yes. That is another thing that it could be used for sure, John. There's many things that a ballast resistor is used for. A ballast resistor used to also be the main, like my 74 Chevelle, okay? It had ignition points in there. So when you hit the starter, there was another wire that came off of the starter and went to my distributor. And what that would do is during startup, it would give my ignition coil 12 volts. And then once you turn the key off of the starter function, it would stop sending 12 volts through that wire to my distributor. And it would have another wire that came through a ballast resistor to step down from 12 volt to 6 volt coming out. It's like, I love setting points. Yeah, I actually still have the original distributor for my car too. I put, since it was a 74 for Chevelles was the last year for points. 75, they came out with the HIE or HEI system, which was the high output. So I put that one in there, and I was able to put 12 volts through it. I got tired of dealing with the points because I had somebody before me took off the ballast resistor off of there and basically put 12 volts to my points. So if I drove my car around a lot, I would say every 2 months worth of driving, I'd have to replace the set of points because they'd be carbonized, burnt up, and stuck shut. So yeah, awesome, right? So I had to fix that problem by just slapping that in. Otherwise, I have the resistors for it, but I hate using it. It really takes away power. I'd rather just be running my car off 12 volts like it was like the car gods intended. Like, yeah, starting a car drops voltage to about 6 volts. Yep. Hells yeah, mine and Hoddle. And then thank God for crank triggers. Crank triggers for hot rod, for race cars. I love a good crank trigger. Yeah, that actually allows John. That actually allows the car to get more accurate spark timing, and there's like a whole bunch of stuff that is really good about it. The one added thing I like about the individual ignition coils with the new modern vehicles is the coils don't get as hot under heavy load or long drives. Not that they last any better. I mean, over the years, every aspect, anything that we touch has gotten cheaper and cheaper, thanks to the currency becoming garbage worldwide. So as things got assets got more expensive, they had to buy cheaper stuff in order to fight the inflation genie. Yes, that's one of the things that controls the temperature on the coils, is that they are firing less often. And then you can, with an individual coil, I can set the spark to be a lot hotter. And a hot spark will start the whole explosion setup inside the combustion chamber. I'm trying to not like get all like real super technical, because like basically you're trying to get it to where it'll ignite the fuel, but your temperature of your spark depends on how much the engine is squeezing. So if it's like for every 1 pound of pressure, you get 3 degrees of temperature change. For every 1 pound of pressure change, whether you're pulling it into a vacuum or you're pressurizing it, you change the temperature by 3 degrees for every 1 pound change. With that being said, as you're sitting there and you're squeezing for combustion, it might only need like 300-400 degrees in order to get the fuel the spark, and then the fuel sparks, and then that gets the oxygen to burn. Because at the end of the day, you're not trying to burn fuel, you're trying to burn oxygen. That's why you're packing the cylinders with more and more and more oxygen. Yes, you'll increase the amount of fuel you put in there, but it's only to accommodate getting the area hot enough to start to burn oxygen. Oxygen takes a little bit more to burn unless you're putting pure oxygen in, and that's a whole different case. But that's why you're putting turbos and superchargers on there. That's why why race car guys blow nitrous into their motors, because it's you're basically putting in nitrogen and oxygen with nitrous. And then, it's like, so you're just trying to add more air. Yes, you're going to accommodate with a little extra fuel, but you're putting in way more air than you are fuel, hands down. Yes, alcohol is a huge change. Yeah, boom, blow your heads right off. Yeah, buddy. Alcohol, you're almost full. If you don't ignite the alcohol in a particular revolution of a motor, the next time the piston goes up, you just made a hydraulic piston, and then kablooey really quick. So we are at that 1 hour, guys. We are definitely right there. I was thinking that I was going to get a little snackage, a little more drinkage, guys, and then I was gonna hop on over onto some sim racing, guys. It's like I kind of took a little bit of a break from sim racing for a little bit, not because I got bored or anything. I just got back into a hardcore workout regimen that I'm doing by myself. And I mean, if you guys are interested in that, I mean, if you guys want to hang out with me while I'm working out in the morning, let me know. But yeah, I mean, in the morning, I'm sitting here going for a walk and stuff like that. Walk, jog. Today, I did a 4-mile walk with a 40-pound backpack. And then came home and then worked out for another hour, after doing a 4-mile walk with a 40-pound pack. It's like, hey. I mean, if you guys are interested in sitting there and, hell yeah, getting those gains, boom, getting those guns going, right? So, I mean, if you guys are interested into it, does the FA mean you guys want me to sit there and do a live stream while I'm like working out in the morning? Nice, mine and Hoddle. Nice. Because like if you guys are interested in that and you want to do like the crypto workout, I could do something like 9:30 Central Standard Time and do a whole workout session with you guys. Crypto and sweat. Oh God, no. I'm not. My body's not that cool, man. I'm not ripped like he is. Fucking mind your biz. That motherfucker's ripped, dude. Gene Simmons Simmons special. Oh God. Oh my God. It's like, work it, guys, work it. Oh my God. Gotta have those, the pink sweatbands so you can wipe your forehead. Oh my God. It's like, I'm down for it. You can take out frustrations on crypto. Lift those legs, miners. Lift those legs. Go hoot, 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 hoot. All right, I'll give it a try to see if you guys are interested into it. Show up. If I don't get very many people showing up for it, it might not last that long. If I get a whole bunch of people showing up for it and they're like, "Yo, I enjoy the morning workout," we'll go a little bit more hardcore on it then. Yeah. Yeah, arm curl octos. Octo curls. And this one, we're doing the 40-90 octo sets. It's like one does need to get those frustrations out. That is true. That is true. It's like we all forget that we need to DCA into ourselves, you know. So I've gotten some workout equipment, exercise bands. I've got Olympic dumbbells that I've had, but I didn't like the locks on them because anytime I use them as a dumbbell, bad things would happen. So the weights would just slide off because it had like this stupid little spring clamp on there. And I got better clamps on it. I ain't kidding. I got this stuff like sitting right next to me. I work out on the regular, but these clamps here, these clamps are amazing. If you ever need Olympic style or just dumbbell clamps, these are the shit, guys. I will tell you that right now. I put 40 pounds on this and slammed it on the ground, right? Didn't move. So I took my 210-pound ass and stood on the weight plates, balancing on the wall with this thing standing up, and I jumped. And this clamp did not move, so you can use crankshafts. Like 255 plates, yeah. Nah, man, you do 35 pounders. 35-pound curls. I almost held that 35-pounder straight out, dude. Wow. Freaking bench and engine block. It's like, sit there and be like, I got the 455 crankshaft press here. Use like 454 big block cranks. 672 crankshaft. Oh yeah, with the pistons on there and everything. Hang pistons off of it to increase weight for curling. Oh my god. And I'm already getting to the point where I'm doing like, it's like, might be a big thing. You never know. I'll try, man. We'll sit there and we'll make. I'll do a little working out in the morning, and I'll let you come in on there, guys. If I don't end up chit chatting with you, just remember that, you know, hey, I'm more doing this for health and everything like that. I promised myself if I hit 200 pounds that I'd start working out again. And I quickly blew to 219. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no. This is not going to happen. This is no good. Yeah, I've seen guys dead press it. I've seen people doing oh god, yeah, I've seen guys doing like all sorts of shit with fucking, but I don't want to go that hardcore. I've cut a lot of carbs, but carbs aren't really the issue. I've cut a lot of my diet. I do eat better. I've stopped eating seed oils. I want to say I probably cut 97% of all the seed oils out of my diet. That's been one of my big things. I still drink my Mountain Dew Amps in the morning. I know that one's it's one of my vices. Okay, I have 2 cans of Mountain Dew Amps, but I've turned around and I walk up to the gas station to go get them. So first thing in the morning, 7 o'clock when I get up at like 5:30 to 6:30 I get up, and by 7 o'clock I take a walk up to the gas station. So by before I even touch my Mountain Dew amps, I've already walked a half a mile. So I figure I'm like, I worked off the calories. I can do it. Monster Zero would be. I can't stand Monsters. Oh, they're so horrible. Oh. It's like I'm diabetic now, so I cut most foods. Yeah. That sucks. My wife's cousin is juvenile diabetes, so he can't have sugar. Period. But it's like this has been. I'm now entering week. This is week 4. So I've been working out for 1 month straight, guys. And I probably do at least 2-hour workout a day. Minimum of a 2-hour workout. So we'll definitely, I'll see how I'm going to do this. Now, I'll probably do the workout aspect here. So you guys will get it. I'll go live tomorrow, right after I do my walk. Cause I've got all my equipment here. I can stream off of my phone, but if I'm running, all you're gonna see is, somebody's gonna get sick because I don't have a little gimbal system. I don't have like a little harness that I could put like a little camera with a gimbal mount on there so that it's nice and steady and I could sit there and run with it. And you guys see me running, but the camera stays still so you guys don't get nauseous. So I will do my weightlifting aspect in the morning, guys. So if you guys are interested in that, certainly let's get that. I don't know. I got to think of a cool name for that. Yeah. I don't want to sit there and do the walk with you guys. So unless I get a gimbal mount for it, I'm not going to do running. Maybe a walk or a drone that tracks you. Those are expensive too. Some of them are the good ones. If I can, if you guys want to sit there and donate one to me, I'll take one. But yeah, I mean, it's like I don't. It's like all of my money's been going into the Family Mind facility. We do have updates on that. I'm flying out there in 2 weeks, guys, in a couple of weeks. So right after the Aeon Poker Tournament. So if you guys are new here, there is an Aeon Poker Tournament that is coming up. I will. I'll make sure that by tomorrow I have the link so that you guys can register for it. Registration starts October 1st, so I'm thinking October 1st I will make the link available down below. So if you guys like some friendly poker tournament, Texas Hold'em, fun times. We'll be streaming it here too, guys. So I mean, we'll have a ton of fun, guys. It will be amazing. But if you guys are good at poker, if you guys want to, if you guys like to just kind of play around and have fun, there is no entry fee. It's free. It's a free poker tournament sponsored by Aeon themselves. So our man Yajnik is a great community pool builder at aeonpool.tech, and he is a community builder. So we are going to have a bunch of poker tournaments that he is setting up with various communities. He started off with the Aeon community because that was the community that he started off in, and now he is spreading over to other communities. So as the poker tournaments come up, I will let you guys know. They're all free, and they're all being sponsored by different projects. So you'll be able to earn some like the next one. I think for Aeon, I think there will be a $20,000 Aeon pot or something like that. Possibly some Doge Lord apparel, maybe. No guarantees on that one. Definitely has some Doge Lord coffee being in the mix there for sure. If you like to get some premium crypto coffee, buy the drip. Do a live stream multiplayer poker game. I'd call in. Nice. Yeah, we'll end up going live. It'll be a bunch of us YouTubers. So Red Panda Mining will be there. DCA Adventure, which is the community project that I'm also a part of. So if you guys haven't checked them out, DCA Adventure on YouTube. We do mining segments over there. We have a kickback Friday. Fridays are our kickback time. We got Jay the Weatherman, who Jay just showed up with a yo. So he'll come in and do some charting. So if you guys are trying to figure out is the market hot, is the market cold? Do you know when you should buy what X coin? You want a good market buy-in, a good market exit? He can help you get the tools. He's not going to tell you to do it, not going to tell you how to do it, but he'll make sure that you are equipped with the best tools possible to make the best decision for yourself. And that's what it's all about, being personally responsible. That's why we're all in crypto, right? We're trying to be responsible. It's like, that's right, brother. It's like, Jay for the win. Heck yeah. So I give shout outs to my homie over there, Jay, man. So hey, Jay, man, maybe the Jay, the MMA guy, would like to, I don't know, be a part of morning workouts with me. I don't know. I know you work, and it'll be Monday through Friday that I do that. Well, I could do that on the weekend too. If you wanted to join me on the weekend when you got a day off, we could have special workout guests. I'm just saying, throwing it out there, guys. Hey, what's up, Life of Rian? It's like, I might have to get on that with you, work out. Yeah. Crypto influencer workouts. Oh, yeah. Crypto influencer MMA fights. I might be able to go toe-to-toe with Jay. I might be able to do that. I might hang with him a little bit here. I'll have a little bit of training here, I might know a thing or two about a thing or two on Jitsu. Maybe do a charity fight one of these days in the future. Good decisions are mine. Bad ones are YouTubers. Bad advices, yes. But yeah. I'll set some cameras up when I get done with my morning walk, and we'll do some working out in the morning. Jay hit me up like a schedule that you'll be able to make it on if you want to actually join me on the live stream with it. If not, if you're unable to, maybe just fucking just sit there and work out too. Work out right along with me. I pretty much got everything sitting right here, right next to me. I've got fixed weight dumbbells. I've got Olympic dumbbells that I've got. I don't have a whole lot of free weights for my Olympic dumbbells. He's like, hell yeah, will do. Nice. And then I've got exercise bands. And what I like about the exercise bands is they're progressive weights. So it might say 50. And you let it go from no tension to straightforward, that's 50. Take 2 steps out, maybe that's 70 now when you finally get it all the way forward. We'll definitely go do some workout routines and stuff like that. Jay hit me up in the Discords on scheduling that you're able to commit to, and all of that good stuff. Probably be the weekend. That's not a problem. Not a problem. Got to start somewhere. Yo. So everybody smash that Lizardy like button if you haven't done so, just like Jay says over there. Yo. So definitely do all that stuff for you guys. And if anything, even if you're unable to work out with me in the morning, that's fine. It's A-okay, my man. Listen to it anyway. It could be like the mornings, everybody's just there piling in, having their morning cup of coffee. We can use that all as like a chill and chat session. You know what I'm saying, guys? Doesn't have to be anything particular. We're trying to get we're trying to DCA into our health, guys. That's what it's all about, right? Later, GPU gearhead and dumbbell heads. Yo, it's like I like the last 10 minutes. Thanks. No problem. No problem, Fudweiser. No problem. It's part of what I'm doing, So I mean, if you guys want to be a part of what I'm doing, I'll turn the camera on. It ain't no problem. Ain't no shame in my game. And then maybe later on, I might get like a little gimbal system and maybe go take you guys for a run with me. But that I'm not giving any guarantees on. With that being moving forward. It's like late again. Don't hate me. Whoa. No, I don't. Bro, man, Budweiser, there's no hate. What you're gonna do? See, I know what you're gonna do. Whenever I end the stream, you're gonna go back to the beginning and rewatch it all. Because you're just awesome like that, Fudweiser. Thanks. Pressure. Peer pressure. You're going to watch it now. All right, guys. Well, it has been over, and it's been almost an hour and a half. It's like, yes, sir. Woo. So awesome, guys. Thank you all for being here as always. Definitely smash that Lizardy like button if you haven't. If you are new here, certainly join the Discord. Link is down below. It is free, guys. If you think that you'd like to, give a little tip to your favorite miner here, you can certainly join the Patreon. I got a little $5 tip tier, all the way up to the pseudo hashers, which you get some perks in the pseudo hasher tier. Major perks. And I'm flying down to the facility in 2 weeks because we just expanded, guys. I've got almost a megawatt of power. Yo! FA for a megawatt of power. So, with that being said, thank y'all for being here. Peace out, and of course, stay savage. Yo! And expect some videos from the family mine too. There'll be videos coming in 2 weeks. I'll be going live from the mine. Stay